Hello everyone. I'm delighted to be here and present the latest update of the Daracht Danish Library. However, before I start my presentation, I would like to speak a little bit about Daracht Danish Library. After the fall of Afghanistan to the Taliban, nearly 10 million students and 220,000 teachers have lost not only access to educational resources, but have found themselves behind the closed doors of educational institutions. Many vendors who owned cafe or bookstores were forced to sell their books for as little to nothing in order to make ends meet. The publishers had no choice but to shut down their businesses, and most of them left the country. One of them told me that he was afraid of being executed by Taliban for publishing so-called non-Islamic books and promoting democracy and Western culture values. The Ministry of Education website was shut down during the beginning of the Taliban regime and has yet to be reopened. Basically, Afghans have lost access to reading materials and education. The Daracht Danish Library remains the only source of textbooks, supplementary educational resources, science subjects practices, etc. for students, teachers, and learners for any and all ages. We are proud of seeing more visitors on a daily basis and even seeing more authors becoming interested in publishing their works through DDL. In the last 4 days, for example, we received and published 7 books on diverse topics from very well-known Afghan authors. This encourages our team to work harder and provide more educational resources and create more opportunities for Afghans to learn and read. Okay, now to presentation. And I'm very excited to start the presentation with an announcement. You are likely already aware of the Daracht Danish Library, our repository of high quality, free local language learning materials for Afghans of all ages, which now numbers more than 6,000 resources in 9 languages, and which is used by tens of thousands of people every month, even more now than before. But now, you may not know that 2 years ago we began developing another tool, a kind of sister site to library called DD Courses. While the library hosts documents, books, audiobooks, videos, and other files, DD Courses hosts full courses, again, free, high quality, and in Afghan languages. After girls' secondary schools were closed last year, we began development of a third tool, now in its testing phase, called DD Classrooms, for live delivery of classes between students and teachers who cannot access traditional classroom education. Together, the suite of 3 virtual education tools is the DDL Academy. And through them, we are ensuring thousands of Afghans can continue to access education. Canadian Women for Women in Afghanistan is not new to technology for education. This is a field we have worked in for over 10 years. When training teachers in rural areas of Afghanistan 12 years ago, we recognized that teachers' lack of access to information was limiting their professional development, lowering their confidence in the classrooms, impacting the quality of learning their students were accessing, and disconnecting them from a community of practice. So we started pulling together resources in one central place that would be accessible to teachers we worked with and relevant to their needs, firstly by being in the languages they spoke and taught in. Thus, the Daracht Danish Library was born, meaning tree of knowledge in Farsi. Today, the library is still well used by educators, but also by many others, from young children who read one of our hundreds of local language storybooks to history buffs who read our works on Afghan history to literature lovers who read one of our many novels, short story collections, and poetry collections. But under the current circumstances, people need more than just access to learning materials that complement their traditional classroom teachings or learning. In many cases, there simply is not more classrooms. We need to provide them classroom because everyone is entitled to the right of education, and we have the ability to provide everyone access to learning opportunities using online support. Now our little tree has grown 2 more branches. Digital Library is joined by Digital Classroom and Digital Courses. I will explain each of these tools that our team has been so busy developing the past few months. Digital Library gives access to learning materials including books, storybooks, lesson plans, videos, experiments, games, and more, all free and open to all. The collection boasts plus 6,000 resources in 127 subjects in 9 languages: Farsi Dari, Pashto, English, and the Afghan minority languages of Nuristani, Uzbeki, Sauji, Pashai, Shirani, and Munji, and includes a collection of 569 digital children's books in Afghan languages and the first audiobooks in the country, now totaling more than 450, with 170 annual users, making 45,000 average page views monthly among Afghan teachers, students, and families. Our courseware platform, custom made for Afghan users, allows people to take full courses at their own pace on a variety of subjects asynchronously from any location, offered in 3 languages: Farsi Dari, Pashto, and English. Courses are designed by experienced instructional designers familiar with the needs of Afghan learners. Current courses include a variety of topics such as mental health, professional development for educators, digital literacy, with many more in the pipeline. We also host third-party courses on this platform, including course from UBC on trauma. Okay, now a question. Who are these tools for? We have 4 main groups we are reaching. 1. Women and girls who were cut off from their conventional education in Afghanistan. 2. Displaced Afghans living in neighboring countries in the broader region cannot attend local schools. 3. Afghans and the educators working with them who have relocated to other countries and need bridging support with their education. And the last, anyone who needs access to high-quality learning materials and languages spoken in Afghanistan. Before I end my presentation, I wanted to give a sincere thank you for all your support and for being with millions of Afghan girls and women who have lost their basic rights such as education, work, and even right to live as an equal citizen in your own country. Thank you for believing in our vision and being a part of it. I hope everyone has a pleasant evening.